Opinions are like assholes, and we all got them, okay? So, when it comes to like things you like in terms of like media content, everything is pretty much subjective, okay? Something you may like, I may not stand it, and vice versa, okay? But I do feel like there are certain things that we just gotta accept. They're like, hey, no matter how much you like it, it's not good, okay? Not saying you can't like it, but don't sit here and lie and say that it's good. Okay, we all know at least a few shows or a movie or something that somebody really likes, but we can't stand it. Okay, so in terms of things that people may like, but we all know deep down that sucks. Let's talk about Euphoria. Okay, because come on now, I get it's popular, it's fun. Zendaya, MAGA titties being there. I get it. Miss Sweeney they be out there when she pops up, but look, that show sucks. It's not a good show. Like, let's be real. It's not a good show. And I'm saying this before the new season comes out. So y'all be thinking I didn't change up. No, I've been very consistent on me not liking this show, Euphoria. And honestly, I've given it chances too. I don't want to be one of those people who just don't like something and just be like, oh, this stinks. Well, did you watch it? No, but I just think it stinks. No, that's not what this is. Okay? I've seen both of the two seasons so far, like the full thing through. It's been a while. I watched it like in real time per se. But even then, I was like, bro, what is this show? Like, what are we doing here? What is the end goal for Euphoria? Because I don't think it has a real end goal. I think it's just like, ooh, cool cinematography. Ooh, sex. But they're in high school, so it's weird, but it's okay. Then it's like, ooh, just I don't know. I don't know, bro. I really don't like this show. Um, and I feel like a lot of you really feel that way. Even people who like really watch it, I know deep down y'all be like, yo, this show is not good. But before I really get into like the reasons why I don't think it's good, because I don't want to be like the guy. I never want to be somebody who just shits on something. Especially as a film creator myself, a filmmaker, I feel like you have to have a reason to why you don't like something. Saying, oh, it sucks isn't really good enough. You gotta be like, well, why does it suck? Why do you think it sucks? So before I get into why I think it sucks, Euphoria, to be specific, let's talk about what I actually do enjoy about the show a little bit, kind of, sort of. Uh, the music on the show is really good. Okay, Labyrinth. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but homie, Big L, you're good. You really elevated so many scenes. It's ridiculous. Like you really scored and curated the mess out of that soundtrack, bro. Like I generally would hate to see this show without you being involved musically. Because like sometimes that's all I see going for this show is the music. Like, yeah, I fucking did it. Yeah, I fucking said it. Yeah, like when she was running around, that was very chaotic. But the episode, I have issues with that, but we're not on what I don't like yet. But like, I like the yeah, I fucking did it. Yeah, I fucking said it. Yeah, that's a cool song. Uh, what the fuck are we fucking for? That's not what he said. What are we talking for? What the f? But that song's good. Mama ain't raised no bitch, cause she did it. Mama ain't raised no bitch. So I was like, you know what, Labyrinth? I feel you on this, man. They got some ones like when they like still don't know my name. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not about to go through everything Labyrinth has done on that one, but I really, really think the music you were able to create for the show expanded it from the little shit rock that it was. You made like a little like a shit rock with really good music playing in the background. That's what you did for the show, sir. So shout out to you, man. So yeah, the music kind of saves it a lot. Secondly, I think it is visually appealing. I think the cinematography is really good. And I'm personally not even somebody who's like, I don't think cinematography can save anything. Like, I think if a show is or movie is boring to me or I don't like it, it can be as pretty as you want it to be. But if I don't like the story or the plot or the characters or the dialogue or the shit that matters to me the most, I don't really care about how beautiful this show looks, the scenery is. Because if you think about it, a lot of these movies and shows like that have insane budgets. So, of course, at the very least, it's going to look pretty, you know? Not to like downplay cinematography. That's a big thing. That's something that I'm not strong at. And I've directed a bunch of times before. And I literally I make sure I got a good DP because there's a lot of things I don't know. I just know how to talk to my actors. I know the shots I want. I know what I want, but I may not know how to set up that shot and get the best shot from like a camera angle standpoint, from a camera standpoint, from a lighting standpoint, because all that goes into it. So definitely get a good cinematographer, and they got a good one. I wish as much work went into the scripts as it did into the cinematography, but that's nobody on the camera team's fault. None of the gaffers, none of them. That's not y'all fault. If anything, I like what y'all be doing. But again, we're gonna keep it on what I like. I'm not gonna go down to what I don't like just yet. Kind of last thing, because that's kind of I don't like too much about this show. The last thing though is the actors are good. I mean Zendaya got 2 Emmys off this thing. So, from like the Casey Undercover, the Shake It Up days, to her being a somewhat B character in like the Spider-Man movies. It's cool to see her like be like the main person in something and like really like act down. And I ain't gonna hold you, I haven't really seen any of her other films like what Challengers. I haven't seen a new one with Robert Pattinson. I may watch it today, eventually. But yeah, like just seeing like, that little progression in that was cool. Little progression, very big progression. Shout out Zendaya. But yeah, man, I think the actors be acting down. The homie plays Jake, Nate, whatever. I don't know. Nate, I think his name is. His character sucks, but he's very like passable, What's the Cassie? I wish she was in more so I can like watch her do more things. Cause I don't like watching Euphoria. And her character was better in the second season. I will give her that. But it's just like, what are y'all doing? Her friend Kat, she got short end of the stick. Oh, I said Cassie. I misspoke. No, Cassie is Maggie Sweeney's character, and Maddie is Alexa Demi, I believe. I like Demi. She had a very good turnaround in season 2, and I was like, okay, you're not miserable anymore. And she kind of stood on business against Maggie Sweeney. Cause Cassie sucks. I think the whole plot line with Cassie and Nate was terrible, but we're not there yet. We're talking about the positives, and y'all are pretty good actors. Coleman Domingo, of course, I never seen him miss. I really don't plan on watching season 3. I really don't. But Danielle Detweiler, she be acting down. She's gonna be on the set. The creepy lady, the drug lady, who Rue owes money to, but apparently they wanted to fast forward that in season 2, be like, oh, it's gone, but they want to bring it back in the new season, according to the trailer. That she kind of did okay. The actors be acting, man, but like, yeah. The music, the cinematography, and the actors, for the most part, y'all be doing y'all thing. Y'all really elevated this show. Okay, though. I really think that's it about what I like about the show Euphoria. Yeah, that's it. So let's talk about what I don't like. Okay, I think the show's creator, Sam Levinson, I think he's the worst part about this show that he created. Because from what I saw, I feel like he's written every episode of this show so far. He's one of those writers who was like, oh, what can be really interested? How do we shake it up? No pun intended. But how do we do these things? But then it's like, okay, after you do that, you have to like make it make sense. You have to like put more into it. You can't just be like shock value. Ooh, what about this? What about You can't just throw shit in the pot and expect the food to be like digestible. Like I feel like the writing is so weak on this show, it really pisses me off. Like it has potential too. It had so much potential too. Like the way it could have gone, like exploring the whole thing with Rue and the drugs and like, exploring her and like her whole family dynamic. I feel like they didn't get as deep as they could have with her family dynamic. It was very, from what I saw, it seems to be like very baseline of like, let's dive more into it. And then it seemed like in the second season, her sister was like gone. I can't even really recall anything of importance her sister did in the second season. Again, it's been a while, so correct me if I'm wrong. But I can't even think anything she's done besides cry. I really don't know what she's done since the episode when she was at the carnival smoking with those kids, and then she's just been crying ever since. Whenever she's shown on camera. Her mom, the actress who plays her mom, is a very strong actress. I feel like she gets the short end of the stick. Why don't we use her more? Like a lot more. You're also worried about freaking Cassie and freaking Nate Jacobs, who fuck them. Honestly, that storyline is not good enough. Like, let's really come on, bro. We're leaving meat and potatoes on the plate. For what? To talk about Cassie and her football ex-boyfriend dude who may or may not have got sexually assaulted, physically assaulted. But then we never talk about it again. What is that about? What's the point in doing that and just leaving it there? That's weak. I could have just left it alone. Uncalled for. The whole thing with Ashtray, the little homie, like, why are we... I thought he was selling like dime bags and like little he's serving high school kids, maybe college kids in the community. Why is he getting raided by like SWAT and the DEA? And why is he like killing them? Why'd he kill him? Why'd he go out like that? That was so dramatic. The homie, rest in peace, Angus. They were like, Ash. I'm like, bro, this is so dramatic for a show that we seem to be very hell-bent on like just mindless sex and drugs. Like, why is he being executed by law enforcement in this manner? Like, what? And then when Rue got involved with that lady, and then she just didn't have the money to pay it back or the drugs to return, and it was like, we kind of just brushed past it. We had an episode when it seemed like it was going to be some real shit. And you think, oh no, this is going to be a big plot for the rest of the second season. And then like, you never see the lady again. Until this new trailer for season 3. I'm like, bro, that was like 4 years ago. That was so long ago. I thought they really could have addressed it in the season. Because based on that, bro, she got out of her house somehow. She was really going through it that night. She broke through. She may have been drugged, she may have not. They never really elaborated on it. And then she just left. And then it's like, what lady? What house? What bag of, what suitcase of drugs? What happened? I'm rude. Like, what? Because she ended the season, she looked like she was clean. So time had to pass since then. But I'm like, you introduced this whole major potential colossal plot point. And you're like, anyway, I don't like that. That's very weak. Even if you want to address it in season 3, that's too much time passed. Even if the show didn't have that big gap, that's still too much time passing between that. I feel like that lady should have been on Rue's ass that same day. She should have popped up to the school play. Like, that's what should have been going on, bro. But no, it just got downplayed. And like, okay, we're fine. And now, I guess season 3, we're going to bring it all back. But they're out of high school now. They seem to be all doing extra shit that doesn't involve academics. So it seems like nobody went to community college or college. So I don't know where we're going here, and I don't really plan on watching the season 3, so I don't really know how it's going to play out. I'm sure the internet will tell me something, but yeah, no. Weak, man. Sam, bring some people. Writers team. You need a writers team, bro. Sam Levinson, get a writers team. Get a writers team. Get a writers room. Get a writers team. Get a writers room. I'm not gonna say it again. Yes, I am. Get a writers room. Get a writers team, bro. Because stop that shit, man. That pisses me off, man. Like, you don't have to do everything by yourself. Your show would be much better if you had help. I promise you, your show would be much, much better if you had help. But you don't seek it. That's why I'm here making a video saying your show sucks. Not that you're gonna watch it, not that you care. I'm just letting you know your show sucks. Potential dropped. And it's your fault. You. I didn't like the whole thing with Nate and his dad either. That was weird. That was really weird. That was really weird. That was really weird and pointless. Especially at the end when he pulled up on him with the gun and it was like, yeah, I'm here. And so are the cops. That's literally what happened in that scene to me. Like that from that's literally like that's a joke. But that's literally what happened. He pulled up, caused a ruckus for no reason. Pulled out a gun that he didn't even pretend to use. Didn't even wave it in the air like he was about to pop it. Did he even cock it? I don't know. But then he just, like, that was such like a, why are we doing these things for just nothing, bro? Like, I think just like, bro, like, I feel like if you had a writer's room, Spike could have been like, yo, Sam, probably not this. Let's talk about it. You know? You could have talked about that, but you didn't. So this kind of goes hand in hand with the writing, but I'm gonna do it as a second plot point of why I don't like the show. You don't know how to end a season, Sam. You do not know how to end a season, Sam Levinson. And that pisses me off too, bro. Like, why can't you end a season with like some common sense? There's music in the show, of course, but I don't recall any single character pursuing music. Outside of maybe the girl who does the play, homegirl's sister. That's not until later, I feel like. Anyway, this season ends with Zendaya / Rue breaking out in a musical number to that song, All of Us, which is a good song. I don't want to take that from her. But why is it here? And why is it like a whole musical number? Yeah, it's not like it's like playing in the background and they're moving through life and they're closing out the season with the song playing and showing our characters having their ending for the season. No, it's literally like her. It's a music video. She gets high again, and then she walking and she just goes into this little like whatever high or whatever. And it's like out of nowhere, it's like Little Shops of Horror. You know, it's like, why are we in a musical? Why is this La La Land out of nowhere? What are we doing here? Like, what the fuck? Seriously. Again, it's a good song. But how does that fit? How does that make the season end strong? You know? Because again, it's like a whole music video. Like there's extras. She's doing a whole musical number in the street. The walls are turning. Again, I get the effects from drugs, XYZ. But there's like a lot of ways you could have did that much better. Like to end the season like with a random musical number, bro. What? But yet, Mr. Solo Writer Levinson said, I'm gonna do this by myself. I'm gonna end my season like that. I thought it was the worst choice he could have did. Honestly. Like the worst fucking choice ever. Like the worst choice he could have did, honestly. And you know what he did in season 2 to follow up on that, to redeem himself from that? He doubled down. Damn near tripled down. So why the fuck is that dude with the fucking guitar playing that 8-minute song? It's not really 8 minutes, but it's long, bro. It's such a long song that people were like, it's a joke now of how long it is. People are like fast forwarding through the whole thing, and it's like this shit is still going on. Like wrap it up, like SpongeBob. 8 hours later. It's so much like, bro, what are we doing? How does this help? Like, bro, like I get what's his name, Dominique. He wants to be. He does music, sure, fine, but what does that do for the show Euphoria, big dog? What does your fucking 4.5 minute ass solo track do for this plot? Besides, piss me off. If the fucking plot point was to piss me off, congratulations, Sam. You're a genius. You're a freaking genius, bro. You wanted to piss everybody off, including me, mainly me. You're a genius. Give that man an Emmy. Cause he deserved it. Cause he pissed me off with that. Cause that was dumb. Like, and it took so much time, like, bro. And it's just the finale. And he just, like, I don't. Shut up. And then you end the season. The last 2 episodes of season 2 are that play that Homegirl's sister put on. But the play Homegirl's sister put on is literally a fucking recap of the entire show we just spent 2 seasons watching. Like, it's not even a joke. Literally, the last 2 episodes of season 2 are an entire recap of what the fuck they just showed us over the first 16 plus episodes. It's a recap in stage play format. They just changed the fucking font, but it's the same shit. What? Why is that how you want to end the show? You didn't want to circle back to a Rue and the drug kingpin lady. You could have brought back Homie for the first season and followed up on the thing with the football thing. You could have went more in depth with like Ash and Fez and the aftermath of that. I don't know, but you was like, no, let's really just recap the first 18 episodes that you already saw, because you wouldn't be here without seeing those first 18 episodes. But let's just recap it again in stage play format. What a waste of time. I obviously feel a way about the show. I really feel lots of ways. But okay, but my last thing, because I feel a lot of this has been in my mind for a while, by the way. I really have disliked this show for so long. Like whenever I get the opportunity to talk about it with somebody, I like let them know, like, no, I don't like it because of this. And I felt this way very early on of the show, by the way. So much potential. But it's just like not there at all. Like it's really just like the potential is just like okay, I think my third and final. I'm gonna try to end this. It's really hard for me personally to suspend the reality of the show, and it really makes it hard to watch. Like for example, they're all supposed to be in high school, and I don't know how many of them were seniors the first season. So let's say they're juniors and or sophomores. Age is different, but when I was a junior in high school, I turned 16 my junior year. I was 15 my junior year. I turned 16 and so on and so forth. Yes, 17 years old. I was a senior in high school. I started college. I was 2.5 months in at university. I was 17. Okay. And I'm sure nobody wants to hear about my sexual encounters at 17, because why? So, to the show. I'm like, y'all are just a bunch of 16, 17 maybe 18-year-olds, maybe. But like, I don't really care about your sexual endeavors. I don't. I just don't. Like, and it's like the thing where like, to suspend the reality of the show to really be into it, I gotta like, okay, these are high school kids, okay, to believe the show is real. But I'm like, I really want to see high school kids do lines and do these other drugs and do each other's best friends and roommates and do all this extra sexual shit. Not to say people in high school don't have sex. I'm not saying that. But like, it's very like glorified in this show. It's very like, sex, yeah, titties. And again, it's like, I know Alexa Demi is probably 30 something, but like, she's supposed to be in high school. So I don't want to see your titties. Maggie Sweeney, supposed to be in high school. I don't want to see your titties. Freaking Nate. Just fuck you. I don't want to see you at all. And then the thing about with Nate's dad, with Jules, Nate's dad and Jules, that relationship was like, it's not legal, first of all. It's really not legal. It's literally like, it's like rape. He's like statutory rape. I'm not doing the whole grape thing. It's fucking the R word, okay? I'm not doing all that. But like, literally, that's what it is. That's weird, bro. Like, she's in high school, and then he got children, multiple kids her age. And I'm pretty sure they were married, or he was married at some point. I don't know. I forget how that family dynamic went. But he's a grown adult, bro. He's having sexual relationships with this child. Can't even say woman, with this child. Sexually abusing her, bro. I'm like, bro, this is weird. I'm like, this is not like, I can't be alone there, bro. And again, I know the dude to play that character, he recently passed away. I never saw Grey's Anatomy, so I don't really have anything else to compare his work to. But hey, bro, that's the role you signed up for. You did it. And I'm sure you were a cool dude and all, but I'm talking about your role when you were playing a pedophile. A freaking pedo, bro. Because that's what it was. So, not cool. Not cool at all. Just very weird, man. It's just weird. And then he has Mr. Sam Levinson has another movie called Assassination Nation, which came out before Euphoria came out. But it's pretty much like Euphoria, just with more violence. And again, it still has the same whole. And that movie has literally a trans girl having a relationship with an older adult. Like, bro, why is that your thing? What's with you and these underage trans students, kids, and these adult men? Let's talk about that, Sam. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm not trying to, but let's talk about it. Let's unpackage that. Let's unravel that. Because people will say, as writers, we write what we know. And I don't know why that's what you want to write about, but you tend to do it a lot. Let's talk about that. That's a half joke, half not. I hope it's just like, you're just weird and that's what you want to write about. I hope that's just all it is. But man, it's a hell of a thing to be weird about. It's a hell of a thing to be like, this is I'm gonna build real estate on this topic. A white guy's gonna white guy. I don't know. Yeah, this has been in my mind for a while. I should have been made this video, but here we are. I voiced my opinions, my thoughts on why I think Euphoria sucks. Because again, Euphoria sucks, and you know it. You just don't want to admit it. Maybe you just like hate watching stuff. I don't know. But I feel like deep down, a lot of you know this shit sucks. Like, it's just a terrible show. But let's see what happens next. Well, y'all gonna see what happens next. I'm not watching it. But yeah, that was Euphoria sucks, man. Just y'all know it. Y'all freaking know it, man. Y'all know it.